Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beauty and the Beast, that's what this should be named. It's beautiful, but it's a freaking beast.
We're selling it!
I'm Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs.
Okay, what do we have back here at Legendary Customs? The 1971 Corvette Widebody. Now, this thing, if you'd like to see the build, how it got to this point, please go back in our archives and take a look. But this thing came in primer, and we had to do a lot of prep work to get it to where it is. This is actually a quad coat. So there's 3 layers of color along with the clear coat on top. Now, Charlie has been doing an extremely tedious job with wiring, as you can see in here. Everything is literally now controlled by wire. Even the door handles, you push them down, it sends a code to open the door handle. How many 1971s do you have a trunk in? That is something else. Anyway, highly modified, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paint. And what do we have to do to protect this paint? Because this is going to be driven. This is going to be out on the highways, out on the back roads, out having fun. Man, look at that color. Anyway, what are we gonna do? Full paint protection. Now, Nate is out prepping everything. What we have done is the whole paint booth has been blown out, wiped down, dust-free, vacuumed, then do it again, twice. Out in the shop, everything vacuumed and mopped. Why? You have to get the dust out of the air. The furnace has been running for the last 24 hours on fan with the filter in. Why? To pull the dust out of the air. Anyway, the long and short is, Nate is getting going. We have the camera on inside the booth to capture the process over a time lapse, but here we go.
booth and check out the Corvette. It is on its way. Nice. Back fender is covered. Door is done. That's all cut out now. There are some wild curves on this vehicle. The fenders are way flared out. Nate is doing a kick-ass job.
The final wrap-up video on the paint protection film for the 1971 custom Corvette that Charlie built. As we've talked about before, if you would like to see how we got to today and how the paint became so beautiful, go back in our archives and look up 1971 custom quad coat paint. Yes, not a tri-coat, but a quad coat. This thing is just gorgeous. Because it's so beautiful, Charlie wanted to have it wrapped and be protected. Why? Because he's going to drive the wheels off this thing. So Nate looked at this thing and said, boy, it is going to be challenging. We are literally on week 2 to do this, and it took that much time to do it correctly. You cannot run through this and take shortcuts. If this was a regular wrap, you can stretch the wrap and go up and over corners. It's much, much more forgiving. This is true paint protection film, and it is very thick. It has tremendous hydrophobic properties to it, so it's just going to be like a waxed vehicle. It's going to protect the car. It's just gorgeous, but you have to look really hard to see the seams. They are right on the body lines, placed in perfect spots where if you're not looking, you don't know that this car has been wrapped in the protective film.
The entire car.
The entire car. We were not going to do the halo, if you will, or the bridge. That was the only thing left not done. So, Nate came in, and believe it or not, this small piece right here took a tremendous amount of time and a tremendous amount of film to do it correctly. But now this entire car is 99.9% protective film on the entire thing. And it looks gorgeous. He's gonna be able to go out on the road, drive it. Big rocks are gonna hurt it. But the small stuff, it's gonna bounce, it's gonna protect the paint. And then over time, believe it or not, you can take a hairdryer or a heat source, and this is self-healing. So if it gets a nick in it or a scratch in it or a dent in it from a white spot from a rock hitting it, you could take a hairdryer or a heat source and that will blend away. So awesome product. It's called bodyfence. This is not a paid product. We purchased it, we put it on. Why? Because we chose this. It's an awesome, awesome product. Go to bodyfence.com, look it up. Now, if you want to do this, is that wrong?
.net.
.net. If you want to do this yourself, don't. It takes a lot of skill to do this. Nate has years and years and years and years of experience to do this. Without that, this would have been a failure beyond everything that you can do. I mean, he was sending this to people out in Colorado, down in Florida, that do the exact same thing. It's a tight-knit community. And they're like, no frickin' way. How did you do that? He nailed it. So anyway, if you want a car wrap in protective film, or a body color change, or lettered up for your business, bring it into Legendary Customs, and we will hook you up. We can do design and everything in-house. Wrap your vehicles. Anyway, thank you for joining us. This was a challenge. It is epic in all ways, and this one is truly where ordinary, not in any way whatsoever, became legendary just for the difficulty of the wrap, and he nailed it. Again, you need it done, hit us up at Legendary Customs in La Crosse, Wisconsin for paint protection film, body color changes, wrapping for your businesses, full design in-house. Appreciate it. We're out of here. Beautiful car.